Welcome back to Card Corner. We're going to Sesame Street. Okay, we've made it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a deck of Sesame Street Fontaines.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
This deck came out in 2022, 2 years ago, and I have not opened it. This, for a lot of people, was one of the bigger downfalls when it came to Fontaine, and these were on quite heavily for many reasons. I myself was a little put off by them, hence not opening them for 2 years. But Fontaine is back. They just released their sky blue and thumbprint editions. First release in an entire year hiatus for the company. So to celebrate the return of Fontaine, I thought I would open up the Sesame Street.
Oh, God!
It's got a pull tab here so you can open these cards nice and easily. These were printed in PRC by Legends. Not gonna lie, I love the way that Legends feel. So if anything, they're gonna feel good. They'll have that going for them. The Fontaine Army of Darkness were also printed by Legends, and that deck handles so well, it's stupid. It feels so good, and they do cardistry so well. These are an edition of 3,000, distributed by Fontaine Cards. Fontaine right on the top. The back features the back design. This was one of the many things that caught a lot of heat. As Fontaine continued to pump out deck after deck, a lot of fatigue happened, and a lot of people really felt like Fontaine was getting lazy with their designs. And this deck in particular was called out for that, considering that the only thing they did for the back design was just put some green and yellow in there. You have decks like the Pink Panther, where they actually featured the Pink Panther on the box. That was great. The SpongeBob playing cards featured the sky from Bikini Bottom with the flowers, but this deck literally just features green and yellow borders. This one leaves me with more to be desired. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. One of the jokers is a rubber ducky. The other features this worm coming out of an apple. It's been a while since I've seen Sesame Street. I was an actual child, so things like this, I don't remember. This makes sense. This is like a puppet worm, very Sesame Street. The rubber ducky, no clue. Was there a particular rubber ducky that was iconic in the show or something? I'm not sure. Feels kind of random though. We get a Fontaine ad card with Elmo and Bert and Ernie. We get another Sesame Street ad card. Get Elmo for the Ace of Spades. Standard cards here. I don't know who this character is. I vaguely remember this character. I don't remember their name. That is, dude, what's his name? It's the Yoda guy. It's the guy who voiced Yoda. Cookie Monster. Dude, I forget this guy's name too. I don't remember this guy. The Count's sick. Oh, it's the elephant thing. I don't remember the name of the elephant thing either. Who is that? What is this? This is crazy. This just shows my Sesame Street knowledge, I guess. No clue. No shot. Ace of Clubs features Bert and Ernie, the friends, and they were roommates and they were friends. Oscar in the garbage. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. And we get Big Bird. This is quite a thin deck. They do feel good, but man, this is just, it's a very underwhelming deck of cards. Again, the back design kind of stinky. The trend of them like just slapping a character on there. It honestly looks a lot better for the Nickelodeon decks like SpongeBob, because those are already cartoon characters and they're already drawn. So it still kind of gives off the illusion of, you know, like a designed picture because it was designed by somebody. But when it comes to the Sesame Street characters, These are just like real life images of puppets, and they have this like just blank white background and just the characters go on. Ah. It's just kind of boring, dude. Oh boy. Ow. Ow. Did you know that James Gandolfini was once on Sesame Street? That's crazy.
What else are you afraid of?
Giant talking vegetables. Hey, excuse me!
All right, let's just get right into an out-of-box rating. Back design, it's not great. Classic Fontaine Fs. That's about the only thing that's going for it. I will give the back design a 6. 6 out of 10. Feeling and handling, I did say I like PRC by Legends. They do handle pretty well. Out of the box, I will give them like a solid 8.5 on feeling for now. Overall theme and aesthetic, oh my guy, like a 7 on the theme and aesthetic. Theme is Sesame Street. They stick to the theme of Sesame Street. I don't believe that it was executed the best that it could have. Some of the design choices felt a little underdeveloped. It's just not their best work. There's gonna be a stinker here and there. Can't be the best all the time. And you know, Fontaine, if you're watching this, you're probably not. If you're watching this, I hope you know that this kind of mini roast that's happening right now is out of pure love. I have like a lot of Fontaines, okay? I love Fontaine. They are one of my favorite card companies of all time. And it's been 2 years since you've released this deck, so I hope you can kind of just chuckle along with me. Yeah, it's not great, it's not great. And you know what? That's fine. Took a whole year's hiatus. And then you came back strong with the new Sky Blue and the Thumbprint playing cards, which I bought. Those projects look really cool and I'm really excited to open them. This deck's a stinker though, and that's okay. All right, I'm going to handle and play with these for a while, and I will be right back. Whoa! All right, here are my final thoughts and review on the Sesame Street Fontaines. Back design. Out of the box, I gave this a 6. I'm going to stick with a 6. Again, it just doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. The classic Fontaine Fs are doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the back design, but outside of that, it's just not very creative. Feeling and handling. Out of the box, I gave these an 8.5, but after handling them for a little bit, I am going to drop my score down to an 8. These just didn't feel as good as I was expecting them to. I referenced the Evil Dead playing cards that I really, really loved and handled very well. So I kind of had high expectations for this, and they just didn't feel as good as those cards did. So overall, good feeling deck. Not the best feeling deck that I've gotten by Legends, but they still handle well. Overall theme and aesthetic. Out of the box, I gave this a 7, dropping that down to a 6.5, baby. I'm sorry, I know you need every little bit of point that you need in this deck right now, but after, you know, handling them and playing with them for a while, I thought 7 was a bit generous. The theme being Sesame Street. Yes, obviously, there's a lot of Sesame Street going on in this deck. But again, I don't think that this deck lived up to the potential and didn't execute the theme as well as it could have. So for those reasons, I'm giving it a 6.5. That brings our total score to 6.8. This is not the best score. Is it the worst score? No. Is it the best score? Also, no. If someone came up to me and had a sealed deck of bikes and a sealed deck of Fontaine Sesame Street, I'll take the Sesame Street, but if someone came up to me with a sealed deck of Sesame Street and a sealed deck of, like, mostly any other Fontaine deck of cards, I'd go with the other one. I wouldn't be critiquing this deck so hard if Fontaine hadn't produced so many good decks in the past. Fontaine is back with new decks. I'm very excited to see what the company does, and I'm still a Fontaine boy. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please throw a like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I'll see you on the next one.